Hello Virgo, and welcome to Truth Seeker Psychic Readings, reminding you of who you really are. Today we're going to look at the month of March 2021 to see what's coming up for you guys. Let's take a look. Virgo, you have the Seven of Cups as your theme for the month. And if you look at this depiction of your theme, it's basically somebody who is trying to make a decision, trying to make a choice. You have 7 cups. Now they're all turned upside down, which means you're not 100% sure which way to go, and it's a little bit confusing. You've also got this theme of snakes and ladders, right? So it depends where you go. So if you pick something, it's going to take you somewhere, and if you choose, there's no right or wrong, right? But it's sort of saying that ultimately you have to trust how you feel. You may have great imagination here this month. You may have lots of ideas in March, but which one of those are serving you? Because not all of them are going to lead you the right way. So they don't all serve you, and some of the decisions that you could make will lead you down a different path. So you want to be aware of that, right? The best thing you can do is trust what you feel. So first and foremost, whatever you're feeling, go with it. Make that your priority. Don't focus so much on, rationalizing or trying to create some sort of methodical way of choosing, right? This is about getting out of the head and getting more into the heart and trusting what you feel, right? Now, what comes of this is picking one specific priority is what needs to happen here. So choosing and making sure that it might even be helpful for you to just write down the ideas that you have in March, or the things that you're stuck with, right? And just go numbering them 1 to 5 or what have you for the perfect or the most high priority that you have, and stick to it. Sometimes we need to get it out of the head, get it on paper, and it can be helpful, but also trust what you're feeling, just like I said, because that's ultimately the key here. Your heart already knows what's best for you, so rely on it, yeah? Now, if we're looking at the card that pops up right next to it, 3 of Swords, obviously it's one that looks a little daunting. Now, it usually talks about heartbreak, and it usually talks about the feelings of being disappointed, of feeling pain and suffering and all that sort of thing. So, don't take this literally, Virgo. Don't look at this and say, oh, my relationship's gonna go to crap, I'm gonna get hurt, this or that. What this is basically saying is, it's a reminder with your theme, heart over mind, because the swords here represent the mind and the intellect, and you have a good one, Virgo, but sometimes you may lean towards overusing it. And right here it's saying, the heart doesn't get the attention that it needs. So you want to make sure you get to the heart of the matter, and you're trusting more what you feel. If you guys are not sure about how to do this, a really good technique can just be practicing a regular meditation. So, it doesn't have to be anything lengthy or long, but if you meditated, say 10 or 15 minutes a day, or even a few days a week consistently, what it does is it helps to get your mind to quieten, to sort of balance and slow down, so that you can get more into the body. So it's getting out of the head and into the body, trusting more what you're feeling, because the heart is a link. It's electromagnetically much stronger than the brain, and it already knows ahead of space and time what's best for you. So we're talking about choices, Virgo. And if you're relying on the analytical mind to make choices constantly, then it's not always going to have an answer for you. Sometimes you'll go in loops and bounds just to work out what you want. So your much more efficient way is trusting what you feel, yeah? So you get my point there. Other ways to get out of the head is any physical movement that you enjoy. Okay, doing that regularly can get you more into the body, and also getting out into nature can be very, very therapeutic. Any of those things is going to help. So employ what it is that you feel is going to work for you. Now, right in the middle, what you have is the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands represents somebody who is persistent, okay? The fire is your determination, it's your willpower, it's your drive, and it's basically saying that this month you have a strong will and a strong drive to achieve, okay? As long as you are choosing to prioritize what's most important. And what you need to prioritize is what you're passionate about, because that's what fire represents, and it's right in the middle of the reading. So saying, focus on what you're passionate about. If that's going to help you make a decision, even more so, fantastic. It's got to be what you love, right? And that's what the heart is also trying to tell you. You know, put the heart right at the forefront. You know, put it right out there, and trust that it's going to get you a result, because it's what you're connected to, and it's passion, it's what you feel, and you know, that is real. So you've got to go more with that. Now, the Knight of Wands is also somebody who serves, and I find this very interesting, okay? The Knight of Wands is utility, and they're always of service. Why I find this interesting is because Virgo, your mode is I serve, okay? Now, this can go for and against you. So this, what I mean by that is, you know, we look at the next card that comes up, which is Six of Pentacles, giving and receiving, charity, you know, and so this is a theme for you in your lives, not just in your month of March, saying, you know, how much can you give, right? Sometimes some of you may feel, if you don't have the correct boundaries, that you're just constantly giving and giving and giving, and there's no end to it, and sometimes it causes heartbreak and suffering because the people that you love and care for are not reciprocating what you give them. Now, you have an amazingly giving nature, Virgo, so I don't want you to go out there and expect that everybody is going to be as giving as you. It's just not the way it is. So being of service is great, and being charitable and giving to others is fantastic, but you have to have boundaries, strict and clear boundaries. Know when it serves you, okay? Because if we don't do what's best for us, Virgo, we're putting everybody else before our needs. What we need to do is focus on what's best for us, what's lighting our fire first, and then putting others second, okay? Now, there's going to be times where you feel you can give, great, but have limits for that, you know from the get-go what you can give and what you can't, and stick to it, all right? Don't oblige, right? Put yourself first. That's what all of this is saying. Trust your heart, do what's best for you, put yourself first, make decisions based on what you feel, and don't give too much, because by doing that, you're getting out of balance. There's this thing, right, called the selfless, selfish balance. And we're not here to be martyrs in life. We're not here to just give, all right? We're here to give and to receive. So find the balance in your life, selfish, selfless, and meet that, okay? And constantly remind yourself, because I feel like it's something important for you guys, right, to remember. So right at the end, you have the Queen of Swords in reverse, and the Queen of Swords does not let her guard down or her boundary down for others unless she knows it's for her highest good. Okay, so it's in reverse, which is saying that this is something you need to exercise. Okay, so this is these cards are unbelievable. The way they just come out, it's unbelievable. So we're talking about choices. We're talking about trusting what you feel. We're talking about being of service, but not giving too much. And the Queen of Swords knows not to give too much. So it's just amazing, right? This couldn't be clearer if I chose the cards myself. In fact, I probably couldn't, right? Because the Queen of Swords is looking back, and she's seeing, so she knows the outcome before it even happens. You know, she has wisdom, she has inner knowledge, and she's just sitting back, pondering, looking at the situation, and she knows, okay, if I let my guard down here, I'm gonna get into a situation that is ultimately not good for me. So trust your boundaries, set them straight, and do what's best for you. That's the message this month, okay? Make choices from the heart, don't complicate things, and do what's best for you. Don't give away too much, okay? Otherwise you will end up feeling resentful, right? But if you do have that balance that I talked to you about, you'll have learned something, Virgo, and you'll have grown, and this will help you throughout your year, throughout your life, Okay, it's a rather significant thing. So you want to become the queen, create boundaries, set boundaries, stick to them, yeah? So have an amazing month, Virgo. If you enjoyed this reading, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. Also share it with your friends. That would be really appreciated. If you can also comment in the comments below, really want to hear your thoughts on this one. Have a great month. I'll see you in the next reading.